Welcome to the finals. Kimo is going to be playing Ra. Who would have guessed?
It's a big surprise. Not really, but yes. And Uli playing Oranos. That's also, I guess, this is what you would expect from the first game here. This is both their players' best god, so yeah.
Yeah, also everyone just joining. I've got Hagrid with me this time, so thanks for hopping in here on short notice.
Good, glad to be here.
Farah already picking up the flagstone of Open.
Okay. Might be useful here for the early pressure, because this gold mine does seem, although not super forward, it's still harassable here. This tower is nice, but should be defendable.
No, I completely agree. You gotta wall that off. You gotta put your barracks in front. Whatever you can really afford to do.
I think against at least Ulysses is Oranos, so it may be just good practice in Oranos in general with such a gold mine is not actually putting a building there, because the building will die. Instead, you just want to put your walls there and put the building a bit further towards the tower, so that the tower can always shoot at units hitting the building. Whereas if you were to put, for example, the barracks on the wood line, units can hit the barracks without taking tower fire.
Yeah, you'd have to be super careful. Like, if you put it here, then I could see that. That's still in range, but the range units could still hit it. Eventually it will die.
Yeah. I think depending on what Ulysses does, of course, but he does like to play aggressive, and with Oranos seeing this gold mine, you could definitely consider like, all right, I'm gonna put some pressure on this. Kimo's gonna have to make some units. So see this temple here that he's putting down, that's gonna go down.
Oh,
And I think Kimo realized, he's like, nah, I need to actually move this. I'm gonna put walls there instead. I like this play by Kimo. It's good.
I'm not sure if I like how far away it is still.
Yeah, it could be a bit closer to the tower itself. But I think for the most part, as long as the tower can shoot everything from every angle, then it's fine.
Just to reiterate, Kimo already has used up a save, I believe. I think it was Kimo saving.
A veto?
Yes.
Okay. And,
I think he also didn't like the last gold mine. Obviously, Atlantean doesn't care so much on this map.
They care only about their opponent's gold mines.
Yeah, you don't find that out in the first minute normally, so it's like...
No.
So it's a little surprise.
Kimo is up for 430 himself as well.
That's good.
Let's see what he's gonna do with this though. Like, kind of a slightly outdated at this point is the box strat. We don't see it as much anymore, but you could do that to make a little box, shift his heroes plus maybe 2 or 3 extra units in that box, and relieve yourself a bit of the first minute or so of early pressure.
Oh, we're gonna have the forward matches walls actually, so...
Oh, okay.
That's a good way to slow things down too.
It's definitely good walls. Is he gonna, I guess, take the TC then? Very
possible. I mean, he's gonna have the resources, obviously, to TC Ra. And on the other side, just looking around, oh, this gold mine! That's actually pretty nice. Not really secured by the TC, but with how many villagers you get in this area after, you can easily wall it. But maybe this gold mine is more to play.
I think this one is probably better. I think both of them are very much harassable by Ulysses, but considering Kimo's got this side pretty much walled entirely now, this will be his play, but I don't doubt that Ulysses will be able to sneak away in or break through the wall and put some pressure on that gold mine regardless. I do think though that this TC will pretty much secure his home TC, because it's going to be so awkward to push into his home TC. Sorry, home gold mine.
Yeah, for sure. Also with the extra walls coming up, I really like that. He's creating a little bit of a funnel. And you know, this hunt is there for consideration. I'm not sure he'll really take it, but it's an option.
If he said, oh, there's the box. Okay. I think he's ever gonna take that hunt, he probably should do it now, while the units are not that high in numbers. Although it might already be too late at this point.
Yeah, it's high risk. Ooh, that's a really good spot for Atlanteans. Because once all the hunters runs out, you shift these guys to the gold. Then at home, you just get the pigs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
The beauty of Atlantean macro here, not needing drop sites and yeah, it's great. Having map control, meaning you don't have to worry about the vills being raided for a long time.
Well, that TC actually getting the middle pretty low there. Oh, Kimo, after all, going for this. I also kind of like that he's doing the SimCity walling methods here. It's
I heard a bit of his farming real estate, but I guess that's fine. You don't want to make too many farms on this forward TC anyway, in case it gets harassed or goes down.
Yeah, for sure. Now we got a little raiding group here, and that tower is very exposed. Actually, Kimo didn't do the wall chipping whatsoever. But, like you said, the first group of units is definitely shiftable and should be considered for it. There we go, in the box. And that villager will be glitched for the rest of her life.
She needs to garrison in the TC and restore her on the tower. I hope Kimo realizes that he can fix that through just garrisoning.
Yeah. Only problem with it is it's a little weird to click it. Otherwise it works just fine.
I mean, you'd probably just drag both of them. Like, I think the other one was also slightly tilted, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. The problem with it is, like, if the unit like was the same speed, then you probably don't even bother fixing it. But because usually these units with that tilt end up slowing down, then you just want to fix that.
Oh, third TC.
Ooh, that is okay.
That's pure confidence right there.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't see anything really punishing this. There's no units nearby. Marmillo's gonna die.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The Terma is really not a threat for the Pharaoh. You just power up this TC. I really like the stutter septum power there. You know, just between the attacks, making sure that you get the Empower still going. There we go. Free TC.
He's taking his own second TC, but the pressure he's been putting on, it's been so well done by Kimo that there's not much damage here to be done at all. Like, the shift forced his first raiding party basically to just die, so that's dealt with, and then the rest is just hold up by walls and large pathing issues because of the walls.
TC from Atlanteans as well. I mean, kind of expected. To be honest, Sagret, do you think it's better to go with even fewer units and just hurrying up with those TCs?
It's tough because, you know, it is Ra on 3 TCs. If he stabilizes, the game's over. So you have to try and do something. I guess, yeah, if you really can't do anything with units, then yeah, it's not worth making them. But maybe he can do something with these units. Like, he killed off that tower, so this home gold mine is more at risk. He's breaking in this bottom side, so the second gold mine is harder to get to.
I don't know why he broke off there though. He knows where the gold mine is. So why not attack that? You can sit outside here with the Terma. You can shoot the vills. The tower won't reach you.
And right now, I think Kimo is super happy that these units moved away. He can just make a wall. If they break the wall here, that's fine. The moment they leave, you just remake the wall again. Like, yeah, it costs you a little bit of gather time, but it's nothing.
Absolutely. By that time, also, this gold mine will be essentially gone. So Kimo is more than happy to, you know, spend a little gold on this, little gather time, and then he'll go to the next gold mine anyways. I mean, this is already halfway walled off.
I'm surprised this isn't walled off yet.
Yeah. Still on the to-do list, I guess. Ulysses is missing manor, I think.
Yes, he is. Oh, that's a nice little raid here. He's gonna get some damage done. These fields have Skin of the Rhino already. They seem quite tough, but maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, they do. Okay. Well, still, nice little raid there. Getting some value.
As for the citizens, they have hand axe, pickaxe, hunting dogs, and husbandry, so that's pretty nice. Obviously, the transition to piggies has already happened. Part of the Titans is in. Ulysses knows that he'll at some point need to make his own heroes, so that pays off quickly enough. Double walls.
Oh yeah, double walls, the classic. Okay, looks like Kimo has made barracks units. He's gonna try and secure this side. Another villager picked off, and this wall's gonna go down instantly. He just needs... Oh, actually, it's open, so he can...
Oh, yeah, that's unlucky.
Just get in.
Not sure exactly what happened there, but that last piece didn't get built. Either way, that's a lot of slingers already. I like it. Kimo should have a substantial defense here. Medium slingers coming in, but he's gonna go up against Feya, and I mean, Kimo has a lot of gold right now. He doesn't have farms. So that transition will need to be made at some point. And then he'll have to shoot up to heroic quick. Because you get destroyers on this DC, I think you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. The benefit though of this opening by Kimo is he's got some barracks up, so he can quickly transition to like axemen, getting axemen upgrades. He's got 3 barracks up already, so he can easily pump them out if they're needed. Oh, it's actually completely open. He can run through there. Does Kimo even know about this gold mine, actually? He might not even know. Because surely you would do
it's
more.
Possible he doesn't know. But this Oracle can see, no? No, the Oracle would have like line of sight to here. Ish.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be enough units there to defend this wall breakthrough, but
bunch of kills.
Yeah, just pushing him off of farms might delay Kimo's heroic.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
the rain's going on,
the rain has been essentially notified. That's like 4 villager kills and a ton of idle time. I like it a lot. The windmill has been defeated.
Well, it does come at a price. These units are dying, but to be fair, he doesn't care because you don't want those units anymore. He's going up Hecate. It's time to plop down 3 palaces somewhere and start making Fanatics Destroyers and Fire Siphons.
Insert I don't want to play with you anymore meme. But yeah, Terma, absolute trash at this point. So yeah.
Yeah.
Still making Murmillo though, because the palace isn't done, so makes sense. But Hecate is coming in. That should be able to do some decent damage on this undefended TC. I mean, the villagers are still getting absolutely wrecked.
Kimo is still not up heroic. This suicideing these units on the GC was definitely worth it. Like, you don't want the units, and it's making sure that Kimo is not going up heroic. He's sitting here with unupgraded barracks units in classical age against Hecate in 20 seconds.
And he's got like 2,000 wood. The spending just isn't right. He's had at least plow, but these villagers are taking a while. The empower isn't there on any of the food sources from what I can see.
Yeah,
in fact, I'm not even sure. Does he have a pharaoh? Must have lost it somewhere.
Okay, where's it gonna go?
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay actually, because the farms are gonna be out of service here, and the TC will go down eventually, so long as the tart is gonna stay up. Is he getting masons? Ulysses should get masons.
Yes, he already has it. So,
oh, nice.
These villagers are already pretty weak, Hagrid. I think a lot of them will die. Just look at that villager count going down.
Well, Kimo is up through Sekhmet now, though.
Lost 8 villagers. 10. Oh my goodness, 14 villagers!
Is it gonna go down? There's no architects on the way, unfortunately. If that came in at this moment, that would be devastating. But, okay, it is down. at the cost of pretty much every villager here, minus well, every villager here actually.
It's gonna be 20 kills. And the TC is getting sieged on the other side. There was a fire siphon. No destroyers though.
Oh, he just cancelled his masons with the citadel.
Oh
Okay.
no. But the Citadel does give some extra hit points, so at
Yeah.
least it's something. But yeah, we
He
got
was-
Lampades that could convert the Scarab there. No more
These
meat shield for
barracks
you.
units. Ooh, just no upgrades, just medium slingers against this. Yeah, I want to see a few destroyers just to tank all the pierce damage here as well. Losing the citadel is probably the end of the game. Like this god power just being removed immediately is just brutal.
Well. Settlement or Citadel, what's it gonna be? Oh my goodness, that is so close.
Kimo's got some resources as well. Like his food is struggling a bit because you know the turning gate,
Yeah.
but
He's
got
remade the
gold,
bills.
he's got wood.
And repairing this only costs gold anyway. For the bluff.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of doesn't make sense, but yes,
It's a pain, but
vanilla things.
it's affordable.
Yeah,
Another
that's
merc cap, pretty good.
close.
Priest taking pretty good care of the Dryads too. It's just, can these fire siphons be stopped? There's gonna be a lot more coming, I think. Oh, I actually don't like the bird spam, you know?
No.
It doesn't do anything against Priest. You might as well just save up for the Lampade bombs or something with your favorite, or even Titan. Titan is definitely the right choice. Lampade bomb, bit of a meme against players that don't look, but yeah.
I still want to see more frontline units like destroyers, fanatics.
But yeah, Fanatics
help
actually
you.
would deal counter damage to the Axemen, so
And these unupgraded Axemen are getting melted by these archers right now. Like, and the citadel's gone.
wow. Okay, bye bye God power.
Okay. Never
Ulysses
getting that
might
one
take
back.
this. With all the chariots and the slingers just shooting at the fire siphons, that was just gonna be a very sad next fight anyway. So yeah, Kimo did need to resign there. That was super over. The
Yeah.
birds also actually picking up chariots. Wow.
Bird value.
Good job by Ulysses. That is a 1-0 real quick there.
That's surprising how one-sided that game ended up being, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think Kimo just.
Here we go. Game 2 is up, and Ulysses has switched colors. He's blue now. He's Gaia. Should be green. But you can't pick colors. Rip.
And then we got Kimo playing ISIS on this ISIS map, as some people call it. It's an ISIS map.
Totally is. How do you like the chances of Gaia? Did much really change in the Vubli patches that, you know, would shock people from the olden times?
Well, I'm not sure if it's too patch related. I think it's mainly just meta related. Now, I'm obviously going to say here ISIS is favored, but Atlanteans has always been looked at as unplayable on this map. But I've been seeing a lot more boom heavy builds by Atlanteans in modern times, and Gaia can definitely do a boom heavy build on Anatolia, which might do something.
You
to,
are able to get pretty much all the upgrades after all in the early ages, so that should make a difference in terms of patch.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the strategy really is focused around that as a whole. It's mainly a fish boom That's
Yeah.
different. Like normally the Atlanteans go either 4-minute or 4:30, push one side, and then try and secure something from that. But most of the time, either that fails or takes way too long to pay off, and then the Egyptian can just do whatever they want and go mythic and cast meteor in their base or something. But now with this Gaia boom, or just Atlantean fish boom, they're going to be able to match the fishing ships and dock count in a relatively similar time span, making it a more even game in terms of eco. So, yeah.
And how do you feel about Contarius for this matchup?
For this matchup in particular, Contarius are great. Isos has no good answer to Contarius. You would argue Scorpion Man, but they can make heroes pretty quickly. So
Yeah, you're gonna have to make
oftentimes,
mediocre spears and mediocre camels. Neither really great for ISIS.
yeah, there's two ways here. Now, the first way I'm going to suggest is unfeasible. That's because Desert Wind camels take too long to kick in, especially on Lubli. Because you need to go mythic first and buy that tech. That's way too much.
Yeah.
Or Crenellation Towers, and that's the only proper answer to them. Now, you might be able to just play aggressive and make sure that these Contarius are not going to go out of control by applying good pressure with a semi-fast heroic, just big army 1TC kind of play and keeping the guy in her base. But yeah, maybe Ulysses got something else planned, or Contarius is the way. I'm not sure.
Well, we do have docks on both sides at least. And obviously Ulysses has built it a little bit forward, so you got to see 3 patches close to him. There should be another here. Oh, go away chat box. Yeah, there's another here. Might be able to deny that to Kimo if he manages to sneak up this villager, but first we'll need a temple. As well as the classical age. It's fast approaching where he gets 400 food, right? So the temple might actually be late.
Well, it's generally a bit late with this build because you have to get your 18 fish out. Like, it's gonna go up now. It's gonna be what, a 540 advance? Should be just about maybe a few seconds off, which is like a 9 citizen advance.
Definitely very, very boomy. Yeah, he's finishing that 9th.
Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of idle time there because it should be 440 to advance, but he must have been housed or food blocked somewhere, I think.
Alright. By the way, we didn't check the relics. We got the Anvil of Hephaestus. We've got the Tower of Cestus as well. Tower of Cestus is pretty good, actually, especially if it comes to having to get the Crenerator Towers against the Contarius.
Oh yeah.
So, huge boost there. Cool, we're gonna have 14 villagers in gold. Prosperity should kick in soonish. Anubis!
Okay, so he's gonna try and play for the water, I guess, which...
Right.
I mean, you can. To be honest, I don't know if I like it because Oceanus... Like, Gaia is very likely to go Oceanus, I would assume here.
Yeah.
Because it's a water map, and Oceanus is very strong on water because you essentially get 3 bolts, plus potentially more value from the Carnivora.
Yeah,
Like-
just plant it right in front of the dock, and any ship that comes out is at risk.
Yeah, and the longer it's there, the more chances it has to doing even more damage than just the first kill, so...
Yep, you back it up with your healing.
Oh,
Goes a
2TC?
pretty long way. What? Okay, that is spicy Hagrid. I've never...
2TC Anubis.
I've honestly
Oh,
never
no,
seen
that's
this
cool, yeah.
before.
I can't say I have either.
Especially not in the tournament finals. Like, sure, meme builds on ladder, maybe. I could see it, but Kimo is definitely breaking out the meme strats.
To be honest, I don't know if it's a meme strat. I think it's not bad. Thinking about it, I don't see many downsides. First of all, you have serpents to help protect your fish for as long as possible while you're booming on 2TC. It kind of does make sense in a way. Like, if you go bust here, you just kind of give up on fish if you're going 2TC. Or maybe on one side you give up on fish.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the variety no matter what. Let's see how far Kimo can take it. He's getting a lot of wood now. Obviously looking to fight classical on the water. Right? There it is. Giving it here. Giving it there. A little bit of both sides, and then he'll decide what he needs.
Okay, yeah, so Ulysses should be able to click up heroic any second now. Just getting that last bit of food, hoping he's got the armory. So he's forced basically one side off of fish.
Yeah, very good maneuvering here with the ships and quick reactions as well. What I'm surprised by though is that Ulysses hasn't actually planted the Carnivora anywhere.
No.
Still
I guess
unused,
he's just
right?
saving it. I think he's sort of saving it for when he knows where Kimo's going to commit to and then try and shut that down, or... Because right now Kimo's a bit just making a few defensive boats so far. Although he's making quite a bit now on this side. Yeah, 50% Rhea. He's going through Rhea, so that's going to allow him to get Traitor for the potential Scorpion or Leviathan, whichever he wants to use it on. Leviathan might be nice. And he's going to have a Behemoth on land, so he's going to be able to just push the docks away. Kill all the docks. Use Carnivora on the water in case Kimo commits hard to it, and that way just guarantee flat out secure one side, and then he can do the same 3 minutes later again on the other side. If he wants to do that.
Well, there's a defensive Carnivora.
Okay, well, there we go. It is worth its bolt. He managed to kill one ship.
Yeah.
But so far, that's it.
It'll be here later too, so if Kimo ever comes by, maybe he'll get the formation reshuffle and the ships might suffer for it.
Yeah.
Sat Amphora coming in for our Gaia player. Of course, it's cheaper for him.
So
Very
he's
cheap.
Getting second TC now for Ulysses as well. Is he making land units? I think I see some production, yeah.
Arcus and Contarius. Very nice.
I like that comp.
That's gonna be the second behemoth, by the way, so we might even get free. Of course, these boys regen 2 HP per second right there. And they've got a sweet bonus against buildings.
I honestly want them to just use one behemoth on both sides. Just to wipe out the docks. Like, I don't think Ice is very good without fish here. if you can push the docks away, that would be huge.
I think though, Hagrid, that he might be looking to deny the center control so as to not have a Migdol there to fight later. But
I think
what you're saying is also good.
I think Ancestors probably secures that anyway. Maybe I'm wrong here.
So yes, but what if Ulysses just turns his Contarius into heroes here? I mean, the Arcus is still at risk.
If you can afford it, yes.
In theory, it should be no problem with all this fishing eco, but that said, Kimo is also doing something about that. There's a Byreme and the Carnivora again.
Oh my god! Yeah, he didn't pay attention to that.
Oh, the trader Scorpion Man is gonna be gone as well.
I don't know if I like that actually. The Scorpion Man wasn't really that big of a threat here, I don't feel. And I think if you use it on the Leviathan, that would just dominate the water side.
Wait, you still can?
Oh wait, no, you can't actually. You're right. Sorry, I forgot about that.
There was a point where you could. It's pretty broken.
Well, the only reason why you can't is because it's doubles as a transport.
Yeah.
You can still use it on like every other water myth unit.
Oh wow, heavy Arcus already. Yeah, Ulysses' economy is absolutely bonkers, dude. Probably looking to go mythic any moment. Yeah, there's the market. Now, the only thing I don't like about that is it's not for trading, right? That's not a tradable distance. That's too small.
No.
Would have liked him to put it like here or something. Even if it's not ideal, it's at least better. Oh well, we got 3 behemoths. 2 of them pretty low, trying to heal. Arcus surrounded. Atlas. Okay, that should be a
nice.
big push later.
But Kimo could play around it, although he's probably not expecting it right now. So he's not playing around it, but he could just slap a monument.
Oh yeah, that is such a good point.
And in general, it's good to just get some monuments up on you know, important locations like your forward base where your gold is, or forward TC.
Well, those priests might take down the behemoths actually.
Yeah, one of them's dead. Okay. Oh, and the flying medic. Rip.
Uh-oh. The Ancestors is about to be finished. Behemoths can heal back up. There's no line of sight on this, and there's the monument. Oh.
Okay, there we go. That's a good monument.
Depending on whether there was a capture of herdables lately, this monument is gonna block God Powers early. That is the most obscure bug of all time, but yep.
Right.
I'm not. I wish I was kidding.
The classic. I mean, it's not gonna matter because Atlas won't kicking in until now, and there it is right away.
Oh, it's about killing the army, not the buildings. Got it. No villagers are being cared about, but that's a massacre right there. Nothing's gonna live.
It's definitely gonna secure this 30C by Ulysses. Yeah, just like pushed into non-existence.
And he doesn't have to chop down those trees anymore. Huge economic benefit. Leviathan is dead.
Yeah. So far, both sides are just happy just fishing their sides, though. Like small things here and there, but nothing substantial to kill dogs here.
Okay, so here comes the good stuff. The real counter against archers is siege towers. Yes.
True. Another counter is Merkgav.
Yeah.
The Behemoth's getting value here because all of the army got deleted, including all of the priests and the pharaoh. So now there's nothing to kill the myth units. He's gonna have to make some extra priests. He's going up Osiris.
Yes.
But
so that's almost done.
It's gonna be another 45 seconds before that kicks in. So.
Well, the snacks are apparently killing the Arcus. So.
Oh. Oh, that's the real counter. Schneck.
These guys are doing way too much work for 15 minutes into the game. No way.
Well, I think they did get buffed in stats.
They did?
I vaguely remember this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was only on EE.
I think so, yeah. Here comes the walling.
Okay. Surprisingly late, actually. Architects from Ulysses. Is he gonna get Titan Shield as well? It's Atlas.
Oh, that's such a good upgrade. It just makes the siege a lot worse. Oh, here comes the daddy. Unit is
the daddy.
strong.
It's the child. It's the son.
It's the child. Whoa, already 100 HP down and more.
Oh, is that Carnivora getting one shot by a mummy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The mummy is a god power too.
I understand how Polyphemus was able to one-shot Earth Dragon because it's a clone of Carnivora.
That's why.
I don't understand his unit comp by Ulysses though. It's 3 behemoths and mass archers. He's gonna have some front line. I want some destroyers in there. Just maybe temporarily, just some Murmillos just for some melee.
Oh, the converts on the mummy.
That's nice. Gonna pick up a chariot along with it. Might lose it though to the Osiris.
The rest might be going down as well, just because of the heavy Contarius. They're pretty good in number, and those behemoths have been healing this whole time. I really like chasing that Son of Osiris there. Took down another, like, 30 hit points. Not bad.
His mummy's not been killed by the Osiris while he was there, so gonna get more value there, picking off chariots one by one.
Yeah, although Kimo has set up pretty nicely, and he's walling off Ulysses' side. So unless he really makes a play soon, Egypt is just gonna get ahead. Oh god, the Son of Osiris must have targeted the Behemoth's spot. I wasn't looking.
Oh, yeah. Some more damage being done.
Nice garrison into the siege tower, though. That is such a key thing to keep this guy going for much longer. You just shoot one, you garrison, you wait a moment so that you don't get retargeted, and you pop out, do it again. Such a good little micro trick. What is Ulysses really doing? It's just Arcus, dude. It's only gonna take you so far. You can't push with that. And if the spearmen get highly upgraded, the age of cavalry is also gonna end.
Got full copper, but yeah, they're still lacking their line upgrades.
This is nice though. Even got the Mail of Orichalcos. That's actually gonna help against the Son of Osiris. Oh, we got the double palace. Okay. Now we're talking. Ulysses can actually make something happen with those.
Titan.
Especially if he finds this.
Ulysses is getting Titan upgrade, or well, researching 6 of the Titans, so yeah, that's his play now. Yeah, Ulysses going there is nice and all, but might lose this position here if he doesn't try and defend it.
Yeah, splitting up is a good idea. Just leave a bunch of the Arcos there. Maybe don't go into
Not
melee
too far,
range with the
yeah.
Villies, because they'll slap you with their kitchen knives. Oh, he's even got Burning Pitch. That is unexpected. But yeah, let me tell you, the Citizens' kitchen knives are something else. They just pick
That's
apart
true.
those siege weapons like nothing.
The only reason is the donkey existing.
It's a donkey, yeah. Wow, dude. These chariots got cleaned up.
Mummy, the Argus, just a bunch of Arcus as well.
They're champion now, but we've got a Titan Gate by our Atlantean player. And there's
Yes.
really not much that Kimo can do about it. I mean, his pushing power is gone.
Mummy's finally picked off.
Using the palaces as range units. Quickly gets rid of the Axemen, and now the destroyers can clean up the catapult and go for the TC. Titan Gate is being researched by Kimo as well. I'm not sure he can get it done with that many heavy destroyers nearby. Especially with more
Yeah.
being made.
I think the tech will probably go through, but it also becomes a bit of a question of where he's going to build this if this position is getting compromised.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the destroyers are such a huge threat. Although I don't know if their bonus against unfinished buildings was fixed on Vubli.
Well, I think they get bonus against Titan Gates. Because I don't know why, but it still works.
Oh,
But against other unfinished buildings, no.
that was an EE fix then. Well, not unfinished buildings, right? But like under god powers, yeah, that's like a separate thing. So that was fixed on EE. Oh my god,
Oh,
it cancelled.
What? I did not expect this to go down so fast. These are some tough destroyers. They're heavy, but
Yeah.
they also have armory ups.
Well, it's that iron shields, I think. Like 80% pierce armor. Yeah, you're gonna feel that. And we've got some very nice raiding by these heavy Contarius, dude. Ulysses might go away 2-0 here, which is absolutely epic. He just needs one more game after this one at this rate. Son of Osiris is gonna be pretty much dead, so that Titan can one-shot it. Not even gonna be needed, it just dies before reaching the siege tower.
Oof. And we have to think about as well, this is flipping Gaia against Isis on Anatolia, and Ulysses is making this look easy. Against Kimo.
Yeah, do try this at home, kids, I guess. See if you can do it. Buildings have healed back up to full, by the way. Gaia good.
Yeah. See all the damage that this catapult got done earlier. Removed for free. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ulysses is getting Titan Shield now, Horns of Consecration as well, so he's getting some more
Wow.
niche late game upgrades.
Has he gotten the... He's got Titan Shield.
Yeah, I just did that. Alright.
So good.
Where is he gonna go?
Well, good luck to Kimo. He's got 20% left on Ulysses. That's... Yeah, Ulysses is one is building so fast now. I think the only mission for Ulysses is now retreat. Make sure you're full pop for that Titan to pop out, and you'll have a pretty good time.
Yeah, it does feel nice, like being 180 pop here with the Titan. You just push with your Titan first, and then start engaging with your army, so that you still have that full pop strength of your army on top of the Titan for as long as you can.
Oh man, he's got it. He's got 177 now. That's okay. Pretty good start for this. Should be able to arrive at that other Titan gate, no problem. I don't think Kimo has enough to really stand in its way. But I think he's doing the opposite of what you said. I think he's engaging with the army right now, which might be a little bit unnecessary.
You'll probably win the fight though, so I guess it's okay.
But the Chariot shooting at the destroyers is kind of whatever, right? Like he's killed like 7 units already and lost 0. 1 destroyer down. Okay, that's all right. Is he gonna allow Kimo to get his Titan out?
I think even if he went for it, well, maybe he could just do it anyway with his army and just pick off all the villagers trying to build garbage in front of him. But he could just also just take out this TC and then trade off the Titan and then have a TC advantage.
I mean, all that Kimo has got is really just villagers. Ulysses has 1 million resources to go, so he could just turn a ton of the Arcus into heroes, maybe even the destroyers. And Kimo's gonna be stuck on a low population here. And his trade is gonna be gone. Wow. Ulysses has prepared this very well. There's Kimo's Titan.
I think Ulysses can just flank these priests now with his army and just try and do some damage there, and then once the Titan's engaged, just convert half of them to a hero and win the Titan fight still.
Oh, the mummy got converted again. Oh man. Let's see what that danger bird can do.
Oh, the Titan's gonna pick off the fish. That might be nice actually. But he's gonna have to get at least 1 or 2 biremes just to pick off the fishing ships, otherwise they're just gonna build a new dog.
Every little bit counts. It's a good start anyway.
Maybe this Titan can pick off the mid goal before engaging. Oh, go straight for a fight. Oh,
I'd like to see some heroes from our Atlantean player. Okay, there we go. Converts a lot of the
Low
V
HP.
carcass. Yikes. It's got a lot more money, so it's fine. But yeah, this pass is kind of getting hit by the Titan splash damage, though.
yeah, slight bonus there for Kimo, getting some extra value in this fight. I think it's going to be quite even here, because I think there's 5 funeralized priests, but that's like 10 hero Arcus, so...
Yeah, this is going to be an even trade. And Ulysses is controlling the entire map, so that's going to be that. Titan is not going to even get into melee range here, I think. Maybe 1 hit.
Yeah, 1 or 2 good hits here might be a problem.
Ooh, that's a good start.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Still got some value there. Even if it's not that much, it's still
I mean, he's lost way more than he gained, that's for sure. But just
If he
trying to
gets the
power
TP
build
back
this.
up though. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing here to stop it, so I could see it. However,
Does he have... oh yeah, okay. No, that's brutal. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be going down. Still unupgraded Axeman I see popping out here. That's not looking good.
no, the last
Kimo's
2
great.
hits, we're gonna get that anyway. Although Kimo remains on 2 TCs. It's just so hard to go any further with this. How's he gonna get gold now?
I could trade now back to that TC he just built. But
What
that's
about
it.
these guys? 15 gold per trip?
Oh, Kimo didn't finish the walls here? What happened?
I have no idea.
This is
Anyway,
weird.
our Gaia player should really build up here. That would
Yeah,
be
that's
such a
true.
long trade route.
None of he can, yeah. I mean, he kind of could for a long time now. Yeah, I need to get these destroyers on the TP. That's gonna hopefully deny it. 3 destroyers. Yeah.
Pharaoh will be picked off. That will make taking down this TC a lot easier. There's full-on denial going on here. With the destroyers doing a ton of bonus. So just getting cleaned up. And
Yeah.
Kimo
GG.
is toast. Well, he's got another chance. But it's his last life. Ulysses might get his first tournament win ever.
Well, to be fair, Ulysses did win the other tournament that's not meta placed, but the Masters of Mythology.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty major thing.
Yeah, that was a big tournament in terms of prize pool, and although it was on EE.
Blue color, Kimo. He's going back to the roots. It is Ra. It's his last chance as well.
We got here Ulysses picking now a Greek Poseidon. He's not gonna go Ranos again.
He can't. He's won, right? So no repeats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. Fair enough. I
Yeah,
just
I mean-
thought for some reason Kimo won with Ra, and he picked Ra the third game because I thought it was just a 1-game ban for a second there, but no, Kimo didn't win with Ra, so he can still play Ra.
Yes, it's actually insane. Ulysses has this man against the ropes. Not often does it that this happens against Kimo for anyone, except maybe Matrius, but we're there. Times are changing. Ulysses has improved a lot. Tiger Boss has improved a lot lately, and more is obviously up there.
Yeah. Okay, so Ra Poseidon on Watering Hole. I think we might see a kind of Matreus-like strat from Ulysses, taking a forward TC in the middle and maybe a semi-fast Artemis push. Might be tough though looking at Kimo's gold. I don't think that gold mine's ever going to be touched. Kimo's second gold mine.
Oh yeah. That's a tough one. Might have to late game this, honestly, which is also not easy. But with a good headed police push, you might be able to. Depends where that third TC is. It's very far out, Hagrid. So if you steal the Kimo TC and you go 4 TC as Poseidon, I think you can late game this with the Hephaestus upgrades.
It's gonna be tough though, because if you're on 4 TC, Kimo's gonna stick to 2. He's gonna probably be 14-minute mythic.
Yeah.
The latest. Tornado your base, and yeah, you got ceasefire, but the onslaught is just beginning at that point.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
we'll
Ra
see how
is
long.
very potent.
Yeah.
Gonna be a challenge.
If you can really building lame super hard and delay this whole push, yeah, you can probably get to late game and maybe be in a 3v3 position, which is ideal. But yeah, who knows? We'll see. Maybe Ulysses got other things planned.
I'll tell you what, that elephant in the mane is pretty huge for Ulysses. So if he ever
Yeah.
needed a good start, he's sure got it now.
Oh, Kimo just went up. 308. That's very quick.
Oh yeah, that is super quick. We got the ship of fingernails here.
I think Kimo's gonna take his forward, maybe? What's the point of upping this quickly?
It's very possible. Tower of Cessus is the other relic. Or he'll just want that super quick second TC.
I guess, but the problem with that I find is that you don't need this quick of an advance to secure it because it's so far away and it's so unlikely that it's going to get denied. You'd rather just get a couple of better eco ups to get your 2TC tar boom going better.
No, I agree with that. Generally speaking, if you can delay your advance, you might as well.
Yeah, just to get the monument up early, to get pickaxe or husbandry or both, if you can afford them. Because I don't see Hippolyta and Theseus coming here on time to do any significant delaying here, and one centaur is not enough anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, you're still gonna benefit from having that one extra villager out quicker.
Guess he's just gonna do the 2TC with the fast advance. That's it.
Okay.
As for Ulysses, I mean, we got his advance, so obviously gonna be Hermes. Is he grabbing the back TC? That's unexpected.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this because this hunt was pretty much safe here anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rather get the middle hunt first, if you can. Like, I think the best play here would have been Ulysses taking Kimo's forward. And just having 4 elephants there, try and get a decent mythic timing himself. And maybe instead of Artemis, you just go Hephaestus then.
I think so. Yeah, I think this is totally a late game match, Agrid, but we are gonna have a third TC then. And maybe that third TC is actually Kimo's third,
okay.
So, alright.
Yeah, interesting. You may as well just swap them around and get that one first and then the back one, but if this works out, it's fine.
Ah!
Oh no.
Nature is against him.
Playing against Setenra. Maybe the centaur's gonna try and kill a line here just to relieve some pressure. Yeah. I think the best choice here for Ulysses is probably to stay 3TC until he's mythic. Because I think if he's going 4TC, it's going to be too difficult to hold Kimo's push.
Yeah, it's just an extra 700 resources. It's nothing to scoff at. It slows you down so much on your way to mythic. It's expensive enough to get everything in mythic going as it is.
Yeah.
Oh, the budget might actually cause havoc here. Might have to cease fire early.
Do note the Wadjet has reduced damage against villagers.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. That's
I completely missed that change.
yeah, that's one of the set nerfs. I think it's at this point only 25%.
Yeah.
Maybe, I think. So, yeah. Still not that. Oh my god. Ceasefire forced. Giant win for Kimo here.
Yeah,
this is huge.
It's just way too greedy not to make a hero. That ceasefire was gonna be so useful later, and all he needed for this is the budget. And still, you know, the shifting stance is available.
Yeah.
So
in fact, I honestly believe it's completely avoidable even without making heroes. Just take this TC first and then take your back TC and nothing would have happened. You would have had free ceasefire. But now he took a risk and paid the price for having to waste a ceasefire basically. Because we can see right now Kimo's actually 5 villagers ahead. So even though Ulysses got his back TC quickly, Kimo was much more efficient in getting his villagers pumping. I don't know what happened there. I mean, Ulysses made an Hippolyta, so that's a villager down, but...
Yeah, a little bit of idle time, I think, with the second TC, and just a
making the
delay.
third.
Oh god, he's going 40. See, that's
Oh
too
my
greedy.
god, are you kidding me? Okay. Well,
He was
I'm
for
very
me.
excited to see how this is going to play out, because for all we know, Kimo is not going to be able to get the value he needs to punish this. And if he doesn't punish this is very good for Ulysses, but I don't know. Kimo's almost up heroic now, and Ulysses has nothing except 4 TCs.
Yeah, what do you do about Chariot Camel right now? Like, okay, you're gonna get your stables going, yes, but
I mean, I don't think that's enough. I think going Chariot Camel might be a slight mistake here. I think what you really want is to recognize this and just go straight horse. Ceasefire's gone, so just horse, tornado to 4 TC, build it yourself. While at that point you should have Chariot Camels going as you are clicking up the mythic.
although it should live when you surround it with that many stables.
Yeah, it does depend a little bit on positioning on the tornado. Like if you cast it, like if you click it near the statue of the TC there, like a little bit towards the back, I think the TC should probably go down still. But if he literally puts 8 stables in every direction around the TC, then yeah, you can't get it down.
Oh, this is good. This is good. The single Hippicon and the Hippolyte are coming back for vengeance.
Yeah. Oh, you there? Am I getting to the Rhino? Instant mid goal. At this point, it isn't. Yeah, okay. Just feel that Ulysses on PC's now. So yeah.
You've gotten super quiet, Haggard. I can barely hear you.
Oh. Is it better now? I pulled it
So
slightly
much
closer.
better.
Oh,
Thank
strange.
you.
It's like 1 centimeter closer to my mouth.
Oh, here come the camels. Obviously very needed against these early Hippicon. Is he gonna pick off the Vil? Yes.
Yeah.
The other side not.
Surprised how much value Ulysses is getting here, but he's going to be ways away off of heroic. Although he has shitloads of hunt, so maybe not that far away. So long as he finishes his villager production, when that's done, he might just stockpile food very quickly. I really think Kimo needs to go mythic.
It looks like he might, based on what's going on with his economy. He's not doing much else, not putting down a second Migdor or anything like that. No, I don't see any barracks.
So it's now 10 minutes, it's 11 minutes in game, and Ulysses managed to get 80 villagers. Now that is a boom.
It's pretty damn good.
And his villagers finished, and look at his food now. It's suddenly 900 food.
Yep. Yeah, he'll go heroic any second. Like, he's gotta have an armory, obviously. Does he? Oh!
I mean,
oh! So much for 80 villagers, but the Hippolyta was here.
I didn't see her.
That's good. That saves a lot of time here. But here they go back into the locusts.
So seven kills there. Yeah, the problem is it's a bit late because he's already at 80.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I think this hurts Kimo more than this locust did. Like, killing a few villagers here, kill the priest.
I think he actually might have also lost 7 villagers.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Heavy camels, that's actually a really good decision to go for that, but these Hippicons are more or less able to get away from them, and then the Toxotes together with the Hippicons will kill them. Just not enough at the same time, and yeah, Kimo just loses 4 camels for nothing. This is good though.
Kimo's still not up mythic? He's not going? I don't know, I don't like this.
Oh god, he's getting 45 TCs. Yeah, he's gonna be stuck here for a while.
He hasn't set up trade yet either, so there's not that's not really going for him either. He hasn't established himself in the middle in any way. Like, if he put a mid-goal behind these camels.
Yeah, the curse takes care of the rest.
This is looking really good for Ulysses, because Kimo has got pretty much nothing of value against Ulysses' 4 TC here.
Yeah, just fall back, get a few Prodromos out, and you should be good to go. against the mass camel. Obviously don't want to fight with the Hippicon Toxotes anymore. It's too many. But that Nemean Lion is also a good anchor actually, so maybe you can take a fight now. Oh god, picks the Kimo is rusty, I'm serious. He's not playing as cleanly today as usual.
Yeah, he's losing a fair bit of units somewhat unnecessarily here, just due to lack of reaction timing of pulling them back and stuff.
Okay, now Ulysses is also kind of falling apart though, trying to counterattack while getting raided here. Might be a bit much.
He should have swapped out the Prodromos for the Hippicons that are here. If he had the Prodromos here, they'd actually do something against the camels.
Yeah, I'm not buying this counterattack. There's just too much support here for the buildings.
Yeah, this feels a lot more threatening, these camels. But, okay, 7% Artemis, 43% Horus. So Ulysses is gonna go up Earthquake.
Well, let's see what he can really do with that. I mean, he can get rid of this goldmine area completely, but there's the other one as well. Still 2k in there. And then you'll have to deal with Horus Spearmen soon. That said, this Nemean Lion has been shouting these guys to death. So he holds, and Ulysses still only lost a handful of villagers. It's okay. Like the multi-pronged harass.
Oh, a lot of Cav just died over there. So there's Horus. Is he gonna try and cast this immediately? Or?
Yeah, this TC is totally gonna be gone.
But I'm not sure if that TC is the one worth it, unless you're expecting him to go Mythic.
Well, this is not gonna die. Just doubt that would happen. He's doing it though.
There's no house there.
Oh, the tornado is not the luckiest. But maybe it is.
Getting on it. It's also taking that archery range now, that's a problem.
And the stable, and the house. Okay.
But he gets it. There's no masons, so yeah, no masons.
Generated a bunch of militia, but not a huge deal right now. The spearmen are here. They're medium already.
I think Kimo just needs to throw 15 villagers from this TC and build it. Yeah. Yes, there's Earthquake, but I don't know if he just uses Earthquake on that TC. I don't think he's got much still to back that up, that Earthquake. At the moment.
He's got the Chimera, I guess. But the villagers should be able to tank through that, and he's losing a lot of villagers himself here.
His Prodromos are losing more and more value. I don't want to see them anymore. They're very food intensive. Something Ulysses doesn't have right now. Okay. Chimera getting some damage there, but nothing big. Mercs? Wow.
They're far from home.
Yeah, all the way out. Oh, they just died.
Atalanta is gonna be a great anchor for this army, so I think Ulysses should turn around and fight. Chimera has outlived its usefulness. The priests have dealt with it. Nothing popping out from here either, so I don't know how Ulysses is gonna hold this TC area.
And here's the big upgrade. Greatest of 50 coming through by Kimo, so these spearmen are gonna start really shredding Ulysses' army, and Ulysses cannot stick with Cav right now. It's just not gonna work. He's gonna have to make hoplites and talks. But he doesn't have the eco for it.
Yeah, absolutely not. I don't know what happened to him. He's got the 80 vills, but he doesn't have irrigation.
Yeah, he's getting irrigation. It's just a combination of Kimo raiding him and then getting this nice tornado and winning the fights. It's all just a little bit too costly for Ulysses' not fully established eco yet. He doesn't have his eco ups, he doesn't have trade set up. So although he's 80 villagers, he's not in max eco mode.
That said, the game is not over. Kimo still will need to secure a new gold mine, which is this. Not gonna be easy. trade route hasn't really grown that big yet, so Ulysses should be able to raid that no problem.
But the fact that Kimo's setting it up and it's not a terrible trade is not the best, but it generates gold is definitely going to mean that Kimo is going to start getting his late game position firmly established.
That's right. You know, Ulysses doesn't have a single fortress still. It's been a while. He doesn't have 45 TC, so that's a very expensive upgrade to also have to get. And
Yeah,
I don't think we've got many armory upgrades. Oh god.
He's getting fortified. But for now, the Chimeras are able to somewhat keep the spearmen numbers low.
These guys doing out here?
Oh, what?
I think he grabbed them with the army.
Oh. What? Where are they going now?
Hey, we got the double Chimera raid though. Oh, the villagers are... I don't think he's looking. He's gonna get that.
But he's going to be able to build it immediately because there's not enough by Ulysses here to stop it.
Wait for it. There are Chimera. So those villagers are totally not safe.
Yeah, you're right. There's 3 Chimera there. It's a few priests, but that's not going to be enough, and they're focusing a Nemean line.
Aw, the pathing is absolutely bonkers.
This TC is going to go up even with the Chimeras here.
Aw, what are you shooting, dude?
Oh, he's hitting chariots. No.
Aw.
Nah, TC is definitely up.
That was so sad. I cry.
You cry every team?
Yeah.
Kimo is out of gold for the moment. I mean, maybe this is just a anomaly in his resources. He's getting some gold back now, but
A momentary lapse. Here they come.
yeah, his trade is working, and yeah, he had to pull all his villagers off of gold to get that TC back up, but now he can put them back. And he's auto-queuing Merc, so he's definitely low on gold the whole time. He probably should stop making the Cav Merc at the moment, because the heavy Prodromos here kind of countered that. Maybe just make the infantry one for the time being.
Ooh.
That's a
4
nice little
villagers
pick-off.
killed, so that's like half the gold economy gone.
I mean, I think at this point the gold economy is the trade.
Yikes.
Oh, that's a much more brutal raid there.
I'm not sure how many villagers were here, but
That
Ulysses
looks like a
suddenly
lot.
on 67 villagers, so probably 13 kills is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And we still only have our first fortress now.
Ooh,
Kimo has
but
got
that's
such a good setup.
if Ulysses can get this fortress going, get some walls around it ready for Petrobolos, then that might be impactful here. Kimo probably doesn't see this fortress going up, so
Yes, also we still haven't seen Polyphemus, the key hero in this.
these units are just playing AI mode, harass, chasing caravans and random villagers. What? A Tyroi?
Apparently. I mean, we
He's
could break
gonna
through
hit
the
the
trade
trade?
here, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
There's
be the
one
worst
camel
idea.
there, though. That might be a problem, the one camel against 5 Tyroi.
However, at the rate this game is going, I think Kimo might just go Titan and end this. There's the walling.
Oh, where's the Petropolis going?
This isn't in range. This wall is
No, he
not
needs to
good.
build it a bit further. Yeah, he can build it in front of the granary. I mean, Kimo's eco is definitely a lot better. He's even getting spear on the horizon now, and architects. So his spearmen are going to be some juiced up spearmen.
Oh yeah, they almost got the full upgrades, just the armory stuff coming in now. And obviously, speed on the horizon in a sec, like you said. Kimo isn't looking at this, even though
No.
the wall isn't good.
Just need 2 Mercav there and it's done.
That's how Ulysses' trade is getting wrecked. There's nothing sent to protect it.
Well, if he can get on that gold mine as well, that would be even more devastating. And the farms there? Oh, Hetyroi.
It should be easy to take down the Migdol as well. But Kimo can just, you know, make a market up here, and it's just as good. Petrobolos is just not gonna cut it.
No,
Yeah, there's
didn't
a
have the walls,
catapult
didn't
now.
have the support. No towers, no walls set up. No units or too little, too late units.
It's still not
defend
over though. These Hetyroi can take down the other buildings here.
8. I think it's not going to be too difficult for Kimo to make 3-4 Merc infantry and dwindle the numbers too much.
He loses the Migdol, but he's still got the one in the front, and that's the one that really matters. So Ulysses, he's not doing anything about his trade. He's been attacked for like 2 minutes. Like, that's unforgivable, and I think Kimo is just gonna keep carrying on.
Well, that's a lot of upgrades by Kimo being queued now. Signifiers, boiling oil, guard tower, sunlight mud brick, bronze weapons. I'm surprised. How can he able to? Yeah, I guess he rerouted his trade to that top land piece.
Alright, the Chimera. Oh.
Oh, the villager transport drop.
Yeah, this is gonna get walled, and he's gonna have naval oxybows.
There's a Chimera here, though, that can deal with the villagers, definitely.
Yes, he sees it. Okay, that's good.
Sees it. Yeah, this is not gonna happen. It will get shut down, I think.
Still, no, naval oxybows remains a thing. Not sure it will come into play for any of the TC stuff. I mean, you'd have to sneak a dock here. Not impossible, but not easy. That's all the Migdol's, Hagrid. There's no more.
Oh. To be fair,
spears.
he's not relying much on Midgulls anymore. The Midgull units are not that important. A few chariots are nice. But at this point, I think just spearmen and siege and walls and towers. That's the unit comp you want.
Got another Hetyroi raid, but they're being followed around by the super spears. That's gonna be a little bit too much. Golden apples be helping with the favor rate a little bit, but I'm not sure how much that will matter at this point. Chimera obviously important.
Yeah, so yeah, this was fully denied by the Chimera. Oh, there's your naval Oxybeles.
Yikes.
Oh, nice pick off there. Gonna cause some militia though, but maybe these militia populace just a big waste and they'll sit around in that trade forever. Oh, the Chimera's gonna get a hit. Kimo splitting his vills, but not very well. These Hetyroi just... I don't know what they're doing, they just ran all the way back here and all died for no reason. That wasn't the best move, I think.
No. Now we're gonna have our first hoplites of the game out. They're gonna be heavy. But I'm not sure it's in time to stop this TC from dying. Kimo just auto-curing mercs at this point. And that should take down pretty much everything here.
Ulysses definitely has some eco though, he can definitely try and fight this. But I don't think he's got the production in place to fully combat these. I think he's gonna have to suicide his chimeras onto these catapults ASAP, but it might be too late already.
So we got one rebuild of the TC for sure. Nice fire attacks, but now the chimeras need to suicide, like you said, into the catapults. And even then, I'm not sure it's enough. There's too many towers. There's ballista towers now.
I think these Hetyroi are not worth it. They're costly, they're worst in every way, at least against units, and slow.
Yeah, they're
like
pretty
even
damn
making
slow.
Prodromos, they could deal with the catapults better. Why are the catapults so forward?
But he shift clicked, I think.
Yeah, this tower creep is gonna be too much of a problem.
Yes, TC's never gonna come up either.
Oh, actually, that catapult is dead. The other one's almost dead.
Hoplite.
There's a
No.
small opportunity here. If he can get the Chimera on it, maybe. He's Aphrodite, so he's got Divine Blood, but even that's not enough to...
Oh, he didn't get it.
He doesn't have Divine Blood, really?
Yeah, he got the golden apples, not the divine blood.
Damn, Divine Blood is the important one.
Come on, Chimera. One tap that catapult, please. It's more expensive than you are.
Yeah, well, maybe not if you count in the
Okay, yeah.
gather rate of favor, but
Yeah,
I think the moment the second catapult comes here. Okay, well, GG, nice. Not a full sweep.
Here we go. He gets a point. Pretty long game again. That's generally what we get on Watering Hole, though.
I'm gonna have to say this is slightly Ulysses favored, just because I know Ulysses as a good Zeus player, and Kimo definitely not a bad Zeus player by any means, but definitely more of a raw player, so yeah.
Well, guys, Ulysses is here as the Zeus. So is Kimo.
Beautiful.
Beautiful mirror on the wall. Who's the best king of the gods of them all?
Zeus.
But which Zeus?
Yeah, which one? The blue or the red one? Who knows? The one with bolt or the one with bolt?
There can be only one. Piggies versus actual hunt. So Ulysses is, taking his chances there. I'm not sure I like it, honestly. That villager is gonna be low, right
Yeah.
for pickoff, right? You
I
just
think-
send across the centaur, or Minotaur, and it should be a trouble, to be honest.
I think what Ulysses should do instead, what he just did, he's moved one villager away to wood. We could have moved the low HP villager to wood.
That scout almost died. Holy.
That's a lot of AutoQ clicking. Jeez.
Gotta make sure it works, Hagrid.
Yeah, well, I think if you press it 10 times, you're not sure if it's on or not, so...
Yeah. I think I agree with that. Kimo's ahead by a ship. Somehow.
Yeah, that's because of the granary, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to take a little bit of L time in that sense for having nice hunting with nice drop-off. He's got 6 on wood, actually. I don't really... Personally, I don't really like Ulysses' build here. Not necessarily because of the granary, but he's going 6 on wood. I don't think 6 on wood is useful. That's too much. Like, you may as well put more on food and get a quicker advance, because your dock can only build fishing ships so fast.
Right.
And getting an earlier temple often is irrelevant as well, so...
So you like 5 then?
I personally like 5, and then building my temple with a wood villager.
Mm-hmm. And then you transition the food ones anyway, so...
Yeah.
You'll be
So
covered.
you end up... So you have your 4 starting ones on food. After... Well, it's a little bit more complicated, but eventually you'll have 4 on food, 5 on wood. And then you'll put 4 more to food, so you have 8 on food. And then that should be enough, especially with hunt, more than enough to get your age up. If you put more on wood, then you're slowing that food income, so you might not get nice early timing. See, right now both of them are sitting around 200 food, because both of them actually got 6 on wood.
Yeah. And you got all this extra wood.
That they can't really spend. Yeah, you can make them fishing ships now, like that's fine, that's great and all, but
Yeah,
I think your advance is more important.
You could make an early second dock, but there's almost no point.
Yeah, you're gonna have time to make that second dock regardless. Right now, Ulysses is struggling a bit on food. Like, these age ups are awful. I'm sorry, but this is not good age ups.
Yeah,
Kimo's is okay, but that's gross age up by Ulysses there. But who knows, maybe he can still climb his way into the water.
Well, we've seen bad advances before, and it usually doesn't define much in terms of the water fight. It's just that one extra villager. You know, it's you want every little advantage that you can in the tournament finals, but it also isn't gonna define anything. Like getting house for 5 seconds is just as impactful.
Yeah, I don't know. There's an argument to be made in a mirror matchup, especially because you're just behind 2 triremes, like, or a cycle of trireme. Having one more villager in wood doesn't matter if you can already afford making trireme from 2 dogs. So if that means you lose the fishing ships, then you gain 1 villager at the cost of 9 fishing ships gathering.
Yeah.
Right now, Kimo should hopefully be able to capitalize on this age-up advantage and get his boats out on the fish.
I think the travel time is too much.
Maybe.
He can't really cross the sea and do stuff.
But I do think you want to be proactive here because you do have the cycle advantage. You want to sit at least in the middle and not all the way on your side.
Yeah, you could go to the middle.
You want to go to the middle and try and bait some engagements and then keep fighting him while your reinforcements is coming first. And try and get some more damage at least that way and try and get some value.
Oh, here goes the Minotaur, and that might make a difference. We got the other one on patrol, but not patrolling the area where the trouble is. Oh, Ulysses getting some very nice health damage done.
How is Ulysses ahead in pop?
It's just
I don't understand.
good micro there. In pop, okay, I don't know that. Kimo must have stuck his economy somehow. Oh, that Mino is getting to work. And at the moment, both are housed. But they're working on it. Oh, look, Kimo's Minotaur is better.
I mean, there's still the room for Bolt.
Yeah.
If they get too dire, but then you lose a ship on the water. Well, okay. Bolt's used on the water. That means you can bolt this Minotaur and force a Jason.
Oh, 16 hit points. Waiting for that cooldown to finish, and then I think Ulysses might try again. What's going on here? Oh, he did get the Jason, and the Minotaur dies, so Kimo's Minotaur is just a lot better somehow. Not sure how he did that, but okay. Anyway, loses the Minotaur without getting the villager, but idle time, forcing Jason. It's good stuff. Oh, we're soon gonna see restoration, no doubt, and we still have Bolt from Ulysses.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ulysses didn't use it on Kimo's Minotaur. Considering it was used on his ship, I'm like, okay, well, you can relieve a lot of pressure and not have to make Jason.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make Jason anyway, then I guess it's fine.
Well, you know, the Jason can go across the map too and do some work. Or pick up the relics. We got Armor of Achilles and Odin's Wand. Both are pretty nice.
I guess Jason here saves your bolt because it's going to force your opponent to make Jason as well. I guess, yeah.
Ship counts are so similar. I don't think either player would really want to fight.
No, and most of the time what happens here is whoever casts Resto first loses.
Yeah.
Not always, but most of the time. That's just how it happens.
Yeah, you really gotta wait for your ships to be damaged. Okay, there we go. They're just gonna do it at the same time-ish. And Ulysses seems to have more ships. Oh, the Bolt also adding to it.
Yeah, Ulysses ahead in population for now.
18 versus 17, but he's over microing his ships, and meanwhile Kimo's ones continue shooting. It's just best to let your ships do the thing. It'll be closer than you trying to over micro and pulling back 4 ships instead of 1 at a time. So, totally acceptable results for Kimo, I think. Jason is here, messing things up.
Yeah, that's a nice little benefit there for Ulysses. And in fact, that's probably 2 population advantage. So need to consider that
Nice.
as 1 less boat. So right now, Poppy's quite even then.
Kimo is behind by 1 fishing ship and 2 villagers though. Oh, 1
Yeah,
now.
Jason.
But he's not reacting to it. Oh, this is a big problem for Kimo.
Yeah, this is quite difficult to micro all of this at the same time, of course. And that's where you're gonna see really talented players shine. I think so far Kimo's doing a decent job here. Although, again, yeah, the villager deficit, well, it's even now, but he might lose more villagers here.
He's just very happy to sit next to his dogs. The mirror matchup couldn't be more mirrored, really. Oh, the hero gets
There we
surrounded
go.
and killed, but Odysseus is next.
Yeah, it's time for Kimo to have to make some heroes himself to deal with Odysseus. Because it's not going to happen that you can fight Odysseus. He's going to sit on the other side of the wood line and keep attacking villagers, and it's going to be infinitely painful.
Yeah, that's unacceptable to try chasing that with villagers. It's too much idle time and damage. Oh god, here he is. Look at that idle time that he's causing for 10 villagers. Oh.
Did Kimo make a hero just now, or was that just a villager?
Now let's
He
see.
needs to make... Oh, okay.
Looks like he
No.
doesn't have any heroes, yeah. Yeah, this guy can just sit on the gold mine. That's
It's
a
going to be
disaster. He's once again over microing a little bit, but I think he's got the numbers advantage again. So if he just chills out and fights, should win very decisively right now. And that could take the tournament for him. I mean, he's got 29 ships here. That's gonna be enough. Kimo's gold mine is out. A land transition right now to hit Kimo. That's the way to go. He sees it. He knows.
Oh man, yeah, I think it mainly came down to having to deal with this hero. Like, Ulysses doesn't need to pay too much attention to micro to deal with Odysseus, but Kimo is pulling villagers away, so cutting his production cycle because he's not gathering wood with all its villagers and retreating them and microing them.
Yeah,
It's costing him too much.
Odysseus is just causing so much trouble. He killed several villagers already. Somehow the villager count is still the same though. I'm not sure I understand that, but... Well,
I think
the
it's because
triremes have won.
Ulysses was pop capped.
Alright, all these ships, I guess, yeah. Makes sense.
I don't understand why Kimo never got his own heroes out. Like, once Jason died, just make your own Jason and Odysseus, and yeah, just clear his Odysseus out, or okay, there's one Odysseus. I don't see Kimo coming back from this. This is too devastating.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, these triremes, they're not great against buildings, right? But they'll clear out the docks, no problem. Kill the remaining fishing ships while he's gathering. This is a good time to get first seen. He's grabbing this TC, and he should honestly make a land army. Hippicon's hoplites go after this. What's Kimo gonna do about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like that strategy sounds fine. He can do almost every strategy in the book, and it's fine because he's so far ahead right now.
Sure. Hey, the hero's got Olympic parentage, by the way.
What? Why? No, why do you spend your food on that at this point?
I have no idea.
He's out of food at this, like... No, I don't understand this decision. That's a really strange decision. I mean, yeah, sure, you had the food at the time, but you just lost your water.
Berries. Oh.
No, that is also a weird decision. Okay, a land army coming on the bottom side. Top side is where he wants to be, though. That's where the gold is.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell. Either way, Ulysses has been free TC to 1 for a while now. I think you just max out your bills and you age jump, and it's over that way too. It's the safe way. I would have liked him to be aggressive and, you know, realize that the water is one, the gold mine is gone, you just go after those gold mines and it's game. But
I think the most efficient way to win right here is just Underworld. Go
yeah,
heroic Underworld, make heroic army, and just Underworld the 2 gold mines and jump between.
yes.
Alright, Kimo. Show us what you got. Oh, Kimo's getting hunting dogs.
Oh
Right,
wow.
so there's the giveaway. Killing that dog reveals the boats. Has he got all of them on garrison now? Because I mean, you
Well,
may as well just go for it.
I mean, all that Ulysses needs to do is just resume production, and he's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is not going to be too impactful. Like Kimo's lost most of his fish already, so while this is all going on, he's not going to get much benefit from the water so long as
Nah.
it's contested.
Now look, Ulysses already outnumbers him. Like, he has the 3 docks going. He can make more if he wants to. And there's no way Kimo can keep up. Like, he only just now got his docks back. But does he actually have the economy to also triple pump? I'm not sure. Especially getting pushed off this gold mine. That's not going to be his. And these guys can go over here too. Oh
It would
god,
actually
that's a
be nice.
big fleet.
Would be nice if Kimo could actually get a couple triremes down on that corner and actually shoot at those hippocons real quick, but was no time for it.
Yeah, Ulysses is not letting that happen.
Well, it might be a small opportunity here again.
Oh, yeah, they got close, but yeah, Ulysses is just pushing through.
Yeah. Right now the ship
Although,
counts quite even
what's
though, I
this?
think. But yeah, I mean, Ulysses is ready to jump to heroic and eventually more than that.
What is that?
Yikes, that's not good.
Yeah, they idled out. Oof. A little bit of raiding going on, but not too impactful. It's the heroes to defend and stuff.
You know, I'm rooting for Kimo here, honestly. Like, it's really hard to come back here and... I don't know. I wouldn't say he's doing it. But considering his position, he's doing okay. He's definitely
It's
not,
really not that bad,
winning,
yeah.
but... He's definitely going to be behind because Ulysses is going to be up through Apollo any second now. And Kimo hasn't got many fish to jump his own ages, but...
Yeah, I mean, the play for Ulysses right now is put down a fortress here, start patrol while slowing this thing down. And then you can, if you want, you can underworld this other side at the same time. Just get that mass hoplites. You already got medium infantry, so should be easy enough. Ulysses is going to just jump to Mythic right away, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely should. He's got the resources sitting there. He could also just grab arrow cladding and just win the Trireme Pride immediately as well. Although it does take quite a long time. Their research, I think, is 40 seconds, but...
Oh, he's losing the water.
Yeah, he's sort of giving up on this.
Ah, he's got the
Water.
Juggernaut, that's why.
Okay.
Moving into
I
the
don't know.
sea chips.
I don't know if I like it because, you know, if you have enough Triremes to start with, you can just pick them all off.
Yes. And you can dodge their shots because their track rating
Yeah.
is crap.
And easily out-micro them.
Of course, if you stand
just
still
keep
like this,
fighting.
they're gonna spank you. So
I feel like he could have just kept fighting though. Like the Juggernauts are almost
Yes.
dead. And yeah, there's not much there.
yeah, best to trade away. But anyway, we got a bunch of hoplites
Okay.
going after this TC.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem there. He's gonna have to deal with that somehow.
Nothing happening on the other side, but yeah, the TC is shooting at the Tuxodes, so nothing to stop the
194.
hoplites from doing their damage. Heavy infantry coming in, Hephaestus coming in, Carpenters coming in. Wow.
Yeah. Ulysses' eco is exploding right now. Like, yeah, his fish may be pushed off, but he's got the food that he needed to get the age ups, and now he can just... These villagers will do the rest of the work and get all the upgrades in.
Oh, there's a Pegasus here? He's ready to underworld the moment he can.
Oh, yeah.
Of course,
Polo
Kimo
going
could
in.
rebuild here. Oh, what? I don't think
He's
I
gonna
like
hit the
that.
gold. Can he do more with this? I don't think this is enough units. Yeah, it's gonna hurt Kimo for a bit here. I mean,
the TC is coming up.
to be fair, this is now a full gold star on Kimo. Like even if the TC goes up.
Ooh. It's not though.
Oh, nope. Okay. And these dogs from Kimo are shooting at the underworld. That's not good.
You have to use the villagers to take this down or something.
You kind of don't want to because there's units sitting around here.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be even Colossus coming out soon. Like, you just make a temple at the front line and you keep doing that. Brutal.
Kimo's not gonna be able to get any gold this game. Yeah, he taps out. GG.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. Ulysses is your champion for our monthly tournament. It's not all of it though. There is gonna be 2 more in this season, 2 monthly tournaments, and then we'll have the invitational finale for the top 16 players or so. But yeah, congrats to him. Great stuff. We want to thank our MetaPlays website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep hosting events. As we reach higher subscription goals, we can increase the prize pools of the events we host. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description. And remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.